and welcome. My name is Trish. Now, I've done quite a few 10th readings today. I've done a lot of readings for the week ahead today. But there's something playing on my mind that it's been playing on my mind for a few days now. I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes that's being covered up. I feel like there's so much media distraction. Like we're being really, all this Diddy stuff is everywhere, and I feel like there's so many things that are, I mean, it's the political stuff and it's the Diddy stuff, and I feel like there's something we're being distracted from. There's something else really going on that we're being distracted from. Now, whether I did a little reading on the James Hubble telescope that apparently saw something change its course and head towards Earth, so could it be that? I know that 23andMe just had all of its CEOs resign, and it was taken over by a big corporation or a big company, which is quite dangerous. Is that the problem? I think there's been something going on. I mean, in Australia, we have the Misinformation, Disinformation Act trying to be put out there by our government. And then in America, I think there's something going on with the WHO or the UN trying to bring something through in America as well. So I feel like as a population, we're trying to be distracted. They're trying to distract us with all these things in order to bring something else through. Now, I remember when Maxwell and Epstein came out, that was a little bit of a distraction. I can't quite remember what it was that happened during that time, but something else was brought in over that time, and it feels similar to me. I don't know what cards to read on this. I don't know what's going to give me the answers here, but I might try a few different decks to see what I'm trying to get at. I don't even know how to phrase it properly to get the answer, what I'm trying to say here. Okay, what cards have I got? I have my crime deck at the moment, only because I just done a quick reading with the crime deck. Okay, so is there something that we're being intentionally made to change our focus, not focus on, distracted from? What is it? Is there something else we should be focused on instead of the Diddy stuff? Something kept undercover? Around leaders, rulers, emperor, rulership. Okay, that sounds like the stuff I mentioned about what's going on with America. That does affect the rest of the world as well. Okay, is all the Diddy stuff, P Diddy stuff, is that a distraction? Just something else that's been brought in? Okay, so what do we have? It's political or governments. Something being brought in around political. Ooh. Okay. Evidence of scandal around political government. Maybe they're trying to distract us away from finding the evidence of how corrupt politicians are involved in the scandal. A sinking ship and stay put. There is classified knowledge of some sort. There's classified knowledge of some sort that they're trying to keep undercover, related to elites, rulers, sovereigns, emperors, politicians, elite type people. Okay, is that what you're distracting us from, that they're involved in the P Diddy stuff? Okay, so there's a lot of things distracting us at the moment. There's housing crisis, there's food shortage, but there's something else playing out in the background. It says shadow ruler. It's the scandal. That is what we are focused on. But there is, however, escalating tension around the world. something talking about a future time. Surveillance record, surveillance and recorded, so recorded, evidence recorded. Now this does come up in somebody trying to get help. Who was helping them? Who was helping them? So where I keep thinking the Diddy things may be a distraction, it's more like they're trying to hide what else was going on. That's what it is. It's more like they're worried about who else is going to get caught up in the thinking about what they can do in the future. So I guess how to keep it under wraps, how to continue whatever they were doing, and what the plans are for the future. So I'm thinking that it's like that's the distraction, but I'm thinking that I think the other things are just taking advantage of the people being distracted. So that's why they're trying to bring other things in when I'm talking about trying to bring in new rules and regulations and things like that, because those cards haven't fallen out today. But what we do need to focus on is that there is the evidence of scandal, and that's been coming out in my cards for weeks now, for actually a couple of months, saying that there's a record, something's been recorded around a scandal and there's evidence, but they're trying to get help, or who was helping them, how is it connected to, and who was it connected to, because I think it's more than just the list of celebrities or rappers. I think it goes much deeper than that. So, and they're trying to keep that stuff undercover. That's really what they're trying to do, is distract us from uncovering more about who else was involved and to what level. Now, it may be some people may have been on video footage, but some people may not have. They may have covered things up. They may have that may be the connection, things that were covered up that should not have been, or legally things that should have been processed or people arrested were not arrested. Like there's a trail, there's like a trail of and they're trying to hide that. They're trying to keep things under wraps. And that's what really the distraction is here, is whatever distraction and everything that we're seeing, trying to make us return to normal, disaster or wreckage. So disaster or wreckage talks about that they're in damage control about it, trying to get control of the damage and make everything go back to normal. So people just go back to normal and stop digging into this rabbit hole. Yeah, so they do say that the scandal is a big deal, and it goes much further than we're being told. It's not just rappers and celebrities, it goes further. There's more to it, and it's not just parties, it's not just being drugged at parties. There's a lot more that's going on, and that's the stuff that they want to keep under wraps or undercover. So yeah, very interesting, and that is what we should be looking at. That is not the distraction. It's like kind of covering up how far that rabbit hole really goes. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Thank you so much for watching.